Yeah, dog. Welcome to Wreck to Riches. I'm Thomas G. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment. And always remember, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. And remember, always, never go on any social media platform and allow an influencer to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency. Do your own research. You can get wrecked. All right? Timing is everything in crypto. It is. And today we're going to talk about, did Richard Hart time when the bull market is going to start? And will pulsechain 14,000x? He threw a 14,000x number out there. He really did. He said all his products are designed to 10,000x. Why not 14,000x for Pulse and pulsechain? But as far as timing the bull market, listen, Richard Hart has repeatedly bragged and talked about calling the Bitcoin top on the day. So you know, out of anybody out there that's calling, making any type of calls for tops or bottoms, he did it on the day, on social media, on camera, and it's out there. It can be confirmed. He did do that. So he is good at timing the market and has been for many, many years and has proven that over and over again. But let me tell you, when does Richard Hart think the bull market's going to start? Well, I'll tell you, the number 13 is a huge clue. A huge clue, I think, in when and where we'll see the price of pulsechain become parabolic during the time of the bull market peaking and taking off or beginning. We'll see. So the number 13, listen, May 13th, 2023, pulsechain launches. It finally goes live. It finally goes live. And it was the biggest launch of all time, the world's biggest airdrop. It was anticipated on the highest of levels that you could possibly imagine. People were excited. However, Richard has talked about on camera about 52 weeks of shaking out the weak hands before you see parabolic moves where you see those hockey stick green candles in existence. And we're seeing examples of that right now with the sacrifice money being bridged over and purchasing Hex, Pulse, and PulseX. So we're seeing what could happen with much larger amounts of money down the road. But 52 weeks of shaking out the weak hands. So May 13th, 2023, pulsechain launches. 52 weeks, divide that by 4 because there's 4 weeks in every month. That's 13. 52 divided by 4 is 13 months. And I think he launched pulsechain on the exact date that he did, timing the 52-week shakeout to happen 13 months after launch, where he believes the bull market will probably be going parabolic, when things will be popping, which would be June of this year, 2024, will be 13 months, a year and 1 month after the pulsechain launch happened. That's your 52-week shakeout. That's where it would be. But guess what? That's the number 13 again. May 13th, pulsechain launch. 52-week shakeout 13 months later. That's in June. And then December the 13th, he tweets that the fees on the bridge are now 0%. December 14th, the day after the 13th of December, funds start coming in from the sacrifice and start purchasing. and start showing good faith on what is soon to happen. We're seeing small images and a glimpse with a very fractional amount of the sacrifice money being put to work to purchase cheap pulse chain and hex. So I think a 14,000x can and possibly will happen, but it won't start until 13 months after the pulse chain launch. It's timed to whatever the price is going to be, and it's going to probably be, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, a lot higher than it is today, but that ball will start rolling in June of 2024. And I'm going to follow the number 13 because today is January the 13th, 2024, and we're making this video. So 13, going along with 13, is why I even talked about it today on January the 13th. Very interesting. I've talked about this with my wife. I joke around with her. I walk around the house like Richard Hart, and she gets so mad. I talk about my 135 IQ, which when I found I had a 135 IQ, I was pretty pissed off because I know Richard Hart has a 145. So I was like, I'm not smart. I'm not a genius. I didn't make it. But I always walk around, blah, 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 in the bank. Own this much, this and that. 135 IQ. She doesn't find it funny. She's like, you're annoying. She gets annoyed by Richard too. A lot of people do. But January 13th, Thomas G makes a prediction on the 13 number conspiracy that pulse chain, because of the amount of money that can be purchased with the sacrifice funds, we're seeing a small amount of that, of even 10%, 20% of that, plus new investors come to the market and purchase. But I think it's going to have something to do with time in the market and the position of the SEC case. Now, he has these 11 law firms, attorneys, going to battle. A win for Richard Hart is either going to happen two ways. One, he wins and they drop the case. Two, they settle because they feel like they're losing, and they'll settle for whatever amount he will agree to pay. If not, he'll take it all the way down to the wire. But I think a settlement is a win because then you pay and you move on. Or a win is a win and they drop it, which both would create parabolic FOMO and could happen any time between now and June within a 6-month period very easily, because these lawyers are not going to sit around for the next 2-3 years prolonging the case. They're going to expedite because Richard Hart is on timing. And the 13-month, 52-week shakeout will happen and be over with during this time in June of 2024. Pulse chain launched May 13th, 2023. The bridge freeze went to 0% fees December 13th, 2023. Thomas G talked and predicted that the future of what's going to happen with pulse chain pre 14,000x and why it may hit 14,000x has to do with the next bull market, the timing of the 52-week shakeout, and the SEC case being either one because they drop it, or 1 because of the settlement, which would be huge news, which will happen 13 months after the launch of pulse chain in June. That's crazy to speculate? We'll see. Till next time, don't forget to pound the like button. Yeah, dog.